probably close to 30 years ago, my dad sat my brother and I down, and one year at the beginning of the year, he told us to make a list of 100 things that we wanted to have, be, own, or travel to in our lifetimes. And I guess without even realizing it, or there even really have been a commonly used term for it, um, my dad pretty much got my brother and I to make our very first bucket lists. And one of the things in my life that I think is, to me, one of the most important measurements of things that I'm doing that I know that are going to make me really happy is if I'm doing stuff that's on my bucket list. And I continue to update that 100 things as I tick things off and add new things on and maybe take stuff off that's no longer relevant. But it's been such an important part of my life as I've started to implement it. And basically, what happened initially, the first time we did it, I think we did it once and we never did it again. But since then, I've started to make it a bit more of a recent thing. And now I have a continual reminder to myself every 3 months to go and update my list, take off old things, and just read through the stuff that's on that list. And I think the idea of writing down all the things that you want to do in your life, even if you just do that specific thing once, is amazing. If you go and do that once and then review it every year, it increases it in intensity. If you were to do that like a couple of times a year and from that create next actions, you start to get to a place where the stuff that you write down becomes deadly in terms of its ability to be able to just come straight into your life. So that's the exercise that comes next in the Designing Your Life series. It's that idea of just sitting down, if you haven't done this as a formal process before, sit down with a pen and a piece of paper, give yourself an hour or two away from any distractions like social media or family or work commitments, and yeah, just chill and write down 100 things of what you'd like to have now, between now and the rest of your life. If you were sitting like Morgan Freeman in the show called The Bucket List, knowing that he was going to die and he had to make a list of things that he wanted to do, go and do that. It's a really cool exercise, and you may not get to 100 the first time. It's actually more difficult than it sounds, but keep coming back to it and create a recurring appointment or reminder with yourself to look at your 100 list from time to time and see if there's stuff that you've ticked off, because there's nothing more inspiring than forgetting about something that you've written down only to go back and be like, holy shit, there's 5 things on here that I've done. You start to see the power of that list coming to fruition. So I hope that you're all good. Sending love again from the river and from my hammock. I'll see you in the week. Cheers.